Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to talk about a supplement that's really helped me in my life, and that would be St. John's Wort. It's something that's been around for a very long time. It's been used to treat anxiety, mild depression, mild mood disorders. It's something that I have ended up trying because medication really hasn't helped me. And I have tried medications. The most successful one I had was Wellbutrin, but again, I tried that a few years ago, and it helped me out for about a year, and then I went off it, and I tried again last year, and just didn't work for me at all. My last video that I put out, I had been on it for about 2 months, and I have seen significant progress, and 2 months is even something that is a drop in the water, being on that stuff. And it usually takes probably about maybe 3 to 5 months to really do anything. And it definitely helps. You definitely start to improve, but just to get it in your system. And so I've been on it for about a year now, and I will show you the one that I've been using. That is the one right here, and it is herbal factors, 0.3 hypersine, and it's 300 milligrams. And I get this at a local natural food marketplace. I get it at the Goodness Me. In Canada, we have a place called Goodness Me with natural food products and supplements, so that's where I get mine. When I first started out, I started at about 2 tablets a day, and maybe even 3 at some point, and then I eventually cut down to about 1 a day, depending on how much it was building up in my system and that type of thing. But it's something that really takes a long time to really get in your system. And it's something that I've relied on for about a year now, and I have to say that it really does help. And to the point where if I stop taking it, probably within a few days, my stress levels go up, my mood seems to change, and my anxiety goes up too. So it really has helped me a lot, and it's brought me to a place where I had no control over my anxiety and my mood. And I would say roughly I'm probably about 80% in control for the first time in my entire life. And it really has helped me. And whatever you're going through, if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, you just, there's no perfect fix. And obviously, St. John's Wort is something that won't work for everybody, and it's something that you just have to try, right? And that includes dosage and when you take it and that type of thing. Of course, I will say that I will recommend that you talk to a health professional or your doctor before you take it. And that you seek that advice and that you research St. John's Wort before you take it, because ultimately, if it's not for you, or you can't take it because of medications or because of other conflicts, then I'll tell you a little bit about how my routine and how it works for me is. I first started out taking it in the mornings. It is a stimulant, but it's also a relaxant too. But when you're first starting it, you probably will find that it is more of a stimulant, and it will make you alert. It'll give you energy. It might even make you hyper, depending on how you take the supplement. And what I mean is like how your body absorbs it. So I would definitely start out in the mornings taking a tablet. The instructions are on there, and perhaps they're different for each bottle, but this one is 3 times a day. You take it with a meal, and I would recommend that you take this with a meal, because if you don't take it with a meal, you may get an upset stomach, you may be burping it up, and it may not sit well in your stomach. Because it is a fairly heavy-duty supplement. It's a strong plant, the St. John's wort. You can take it, like, if you want to take it with water and drink a cup of water with it or something. It does work, and I have done that in a pinch. But it's better to be taken with food, so it's better absorbed in your system. So I started out taking it about twice a day, and for the first 2 weeks, and with most medications, you take it for the first 2 weeks, that window will probably be where most of your side effects will come in. So your anxiety may go up, you may experience mood swings, you may experience change in appetite, all kinds of different side effects. St. John's wort is not known to have a lot of side effects, but the most common ones are increased anxiety and mood swings, okay? So emotional swings while you're on it. And that is for the first 2 weeks, usually, okay? Now, for those of you that don't know much about St. John's wort, you're probably asking, well, if this is an anti-anxiety supplement and this is a mood stabilizer, why would it be causing my anxiety to go up? Why would it be causing my mood to swing? Well, the simple answer is, for those of us that have anxiety disorders, who have nervous system disorders, or just very sensitive, it's your nervous system reacting to that supplement, right? So your nervous system is already very sensitive, right, to regulating your body, regulating your mood, and that type of thing, especially if you're off, if your mood is dipping. And those that have the mood disorders, where they'll come up and then they'll come down and they'll come up, and that's what I used to be like, right? So there's like, I would have these mood swings where I would go up, feel really good for maybe like a week, and then I would dive down for like 2 weeks into the bowels, right? And then I'd come back up and then go back down again. Well, what's happening is that when you're on this stuff, and it also includes medications, it's your nervous system and your brain finding a balance and regulating itself, right, with the added supplement. So the supplement is, when you're taking, I'm trying to find a good example. Like, let's say you have heartburn, right, and you take baking soda, or you take an antacid, and your stomach will be a bit gargly, and it'll be kind of, swooshing around until it finds that calm, right? Well, that's the same thing with taking the St. John's wort, right? It'll take about 2 weeks or more for your brain to stop doing this, right, and to start leveling out, right? And that's what it does. It provides a safety net for you, where you're no longer dipping deep into these caverns, right, and then coming back up again. So it provides this safety net where you kind of dip, and then you bounce off the safety net, and you go back up, and then you come back down a little bit, and you bounce off the safety net. And as you get more in your system, your safety net keeps going up, right? So you go down, and it goes up like this, and it comes down and goes up like that as the safety net goes up. And then you'll eventually level out to a point where it'll become normal for you, and your mood stabilization will just carry like that, and you'll have little periodic ups and downs, depending on what you're going through in life. And we can't get rid of our emotions, we can't get rid of bad things that happen to us, and there are things that are going to upset us and they're going to piss us off, things that are going to make us sad, and things that are going to make us happy, and it just levels you out, where you're not going from one extreme to another, right? And that's ultimately what's the process when you start taking it for at least the first 2 weeks. For some people, maybe a little bit longer. Mine was at least the first 2 weeks where I was having the side effects. It could have been even 3 weeks that I experienced it. And you may even experience side effects later on, depending on your body's adjustment. It depends on what time of day you're taking it, how it's being absorbed in your body. If you're taking it with just a glass of water, it's not going to absorb completely right into your system, or you're going to get too much at once, right? Your body is going to absorb too much of it. Instead of, if you take it with food, it's a more of a slower absorption rate, right? Which is ideal, right? Because you don't want to get it all at once. You want to get it slowly absorbed into your system so your body can get used to it, right? So, at the time, I was also taking CBD oil, and the CBD oil helped a lot too. But I found that because my body was particularly sensitive, that it was sort of too much. And the St. John's Wort, even though that it took probably about, I'm going to say about 6 months to eventually build up to 80% of control. But on top of that, taking the CBD oil, it was too much for my body to take in, right? And because I was already sensitive, it was too much at once, right? Too much of a good thing, I guess you could say. So I cut down on that, and then eventually got off it. I do recommend that you try CBD oil, because CBD oil can help tremendously. It's very powerful, and it's something that can help considerably. I would recommend that you talk to your doctor or a naturopath or trusted health professional that is open to that. And that's what I did. I talked to my doctor, and he recommended me to a medical facility that prescribed a medical CBD oil, and that's what I did. Of course, you can try it over the counter if you want, but I think that the best way is to do it in a medical facility, to get it from there, order it from a trusted place, because at least you know what you're getting, rather than sort of you're not really sure what you're getting when you go into a dispensary, right? And maybe you do. Maybe you trust that place, and maybe the people there you trust, and you know what you're getting, and that's fine. But those that are fairly new to it, I would definitely go to a licensed dispensary or a medical facility that specifically prescribes CBD oil. Okay, and you can get different percentages of the CBD and THC and that type of thing. But yeah, it's totally up to you and what works for you. It's using natural supplements is always, an experiment. It's how your body's going to react to it and how much you need. Your body may not need as much as you think it does, like me, because my body is very sensitive, and usually I need very small amounts of things for my body to work, or to work in my body. So I only need 1 pill a day for the St. John's Wort. And I usually take that about the afternoon, because I find that because it lasts for me probably I guess you could say the mood and the stimulant part of it lasts probably about maybe 6 hours, but having it in my system, I have it on my system all the time, of course, because I've been taking it for about a year. And there was a time where I actually had to take a break, where I stopped taking it for a few days, because it was building too much of it in my system. because I probably had been taking 2 pills. Be prepared to adjust it and to see how it works for you. You may have to adjust the dosage, the time of day you take it, and your diet as well. And how, if you're taking other medications, it's something that you're going to have to really experiment with and really see for yourself how it works for you. But I will say that St. John's Wort literally saved my life, because my anxiety has been out of control since I was a child. Having anxiety attacks and panic attacks and slipping into depressive periods and just feeling terrible, and when your anxiety is out of control, you really feel helpless. You feel a sense of hopelessness. And this really has given me hope. It's given me a life. Like, I can live again. And it's not going to give you 100%. It doesn't cure your anxiety 100%. It's not going to stop you from feeling disappointed or sad or feeling bad about something. Those are natural human emotions that you need to be human. But it lessens the blow, and it provides a safety net for you so you're not dipping into those extremes. And for the first time in my life, I'm probably could say about 80% in control of my anxiety. And that's coming from someone who's been suffering from anxiety for probably 20 years now. And that's 20 years of being out of control and not knowing how to handle it. And I've tried everything. I've tried dealing with it myself. I've tried medications. I've tried every little thing you can possibly do. And right now, the restrictions have been lifted and I can go back to the gym. And there was a period of time where I wasn't going to the gym for months, and that really affected me because I have issues with stress. Stress builds up in my body and can make me sick. And the only way to get rid of it is to burn it off. And that's going to the gym. And it makes you feel good. And, exercise is a drug on its own to make you feel good. And I would recommend you do that too, if you can. So currently, I'm taking St. John's Wort about once a day. And I actually am due to take it pretty soon. It's about 3 o'clock. I usually take it around 3. And I'm having a late lunch. I'm actually having some barbecue chicken wings with some spicy Thai chili sauce on them. And another video I'll do about my diet and and what I'm doing to change my diet and how I'm eating. And diet plays a huge role in your mood as well. And I'll say that eating junk food and acidic foods and fatty foods actually can contribute to your depression and can cause inflammatory issues in your body, which also causes depression. So I would definitely look into that too. It's changed my life. And, try it. Try it for yourself. That's the only way that you'll find out. Do as much research as you can. Talk to your doctor or your naturopath, someone you trust, and just do the best you can. It's helped me. I can live almost an anxiety-free life. My anxiety bothers me from time to time, but it's only when things really upset me. Usually it's probably has something to do with work, with a coworker or someone, supervisor, creating issues that stresses me out, or something that just upsets me, But that's just natural. Your anxiety goes up, and it's just part of being human. But now you're in control. Now you don't have to worry about the panic attacks, the anxiety attacks. But it's not a fix-all. It's going to take a long time for it to work, and it's something that you have to be dedicated to. And it's something that I would recommend, and I hope that it can help. Okay, guys, so I hope that helped. If you have any questions for me, please post in the comments below. I would love to answer your questions. I would love to tell you a little bit more about my experiences, and I hope it helps. I continue to take it, and I'm hoping one day I'll get off it, but I probably won't. It's probably something that I'm going to be on the rest of my life, and because without it, you notice the anxiety and the stresses coming back, and the mood swings start to come back without it. So yeah, it gives me energy. It also calms me down, and it helps. It has helped me more than anything else. It's the only thing that's worked for me. All right, guys. Hope you're having a beautiful day, and I wish you all the best. And those of you that have been struggling with anxiety and depression your whole life, I know how it feels. I've been there. It's been a dark time, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's hope. There really is hope, because we have these natural elements that can treat and cure illnesses and can help us. And what do you have to lose? As long as you give it a try, All right, guys. All the best. Take care. And please make sure that you check out some more of my videos. And there's more to come. All the best. And keep it locked on the Andrew K channel.